Okay, so so 7th grade, right? Science class. Teacher has like a gerbil in the cage with, tubes and stuff like you have for little rodents where they can go around and all the things. And, the rule, because we're 7th graders, was, don't ever open the cage. You don't get to feed the gerbil. You don't get to play with the gerbil. You get to look at the gerbil from a few feet away, and that's it. 7th graders. Don't
Yeah.
the gerbil, right? So I get there, between the bells, teacher's somewhere. And I notice a kid at the back of the room with his hand on top of the gerbil cage. It's like a plastic cage, And I'm like, I wonder what he's doing. So I kind of go over there. I'm like, what's this? And he's like, oh, and it turns out he's got the lid off of the gerbil cage. It's, it's one of those maybe 2x3 inch plastic, doors. He's got the lid off and he's got his hand over it and he's like, exposing the hole. And then when the gerbil jumps for it, he puts his hand down and he's, messing with the gerbil. He's like, look, I'm just messing around. And I have enough time to be to kind of look at that and process that this is stupid before somebody calls this other kid away. And he's like, here, dude, put your hand there. And he walks off. And I'm like, so now I have to put my hand on top of the cage, right? Or else the gerbil's going to get loose. So I've got my hand on top of the cage and I'm like, I don't, what? And I'm looking around, right? And I'm like somebody, where's the door? And as I'm looking away, the little fucker bites my finger. Right? And, and I'm looking away and something, pricks my finger. And so I flinch, right? And I jerk my hand up.
Normal people do.
And as I jerk my hand up, I hear, oh no, from a bunch of kids. He was still attached to my finger. So I fling the gerbil through the air. And I turn around just in time to see the gerbil land 10 feet away and start skittering off in between desks. And man, I have never seen, so many 12-year-olds act with such unity before. All of us hit the deck, clamoring after this gerbil. And we caught it and we got it back in the cage right as the teacher rounded the corner. He's like, what are you guys doing? And we're like,
Nothing. Having fun.
Yeah.
That's not allowed in school.
Yeah.
We're just watching Squeaky.
Yeah.
Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye and I looked the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway. Knew I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be drunk, but I'm caught outside the bar talking to a floozy. The song's all wrong. This is not my movie. I don't know why this happens to me. I don't know why this happens to me.
Hey, Internet, Highway 47 back with you on another time, probably evening, because we assume that's when you watch these, because what other time would it be? But it could be any time, particularly now, because we assume that you are in the same boat that two of the three of us are in, which is you have a lot of free time going on right now, thanks to our good friend, the crowned king of the microbe world, the coronavirus. That wasn't as good when I said it as it was in my mind. But anyway, so we are on a recording spree right now, and we are getting ourselves up to date on Star Trek Picard tonight with Season 1, Episode 8, titled Broken Pieces. My name is Shaggy B, and with me is Dracofunk.
He is just has a mouthful of deliciousness ready for us.
Finally happened. It finally happened. It worked. I did it. Yes.
They love me. They really love me.
Oh, and with the two of us also is Scrodrick. Say hi, Scrodrick.
Hi, Scrodrick.
Excellent.
I really am here. I was taking a drink thinking he's going to ask me to say something. And I was trying to swallow it, and I wasn't going to swallow it fast enough.
Well, the trick is you don't swallow.
So that's what I'm doing wrong. Anyway, yeah. So we're here watching Star Trek Picard. We are at the time of recording. This is the most recent episode. We're recording Saturday night, the 14th of March. We have just finished Pie Day. I didn't have any pie.
I didn't have any pie.
I had a donut.
That counts.
It was pre-filled, so it counts as pie, right?
Sure.
I had some cookies, and I made cream spinach.
Yeah, I had chili. It's basically pie.
Oh, man.
Semi-digested and fully digested pie. Okay.
That's right. Exactly. No, I even passed up buying a pie because, like, you know, I went to the grocery store, right? And
was there any toilet paper there?
No, there was none. There was no toilet paper.
If you bought like a year's supply of toilet paper, you.
I did not.
No, I'm talking about anybody who's listening.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you did before this happened, and you just like to have that around in case of an emergency, you know, good job on thinking ahead.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. I'm not overly worried. Like the normal amount of toilet paper that I get when I buy it lasts me 6 to 8 weeks. And I had bought that probably 2 weeks ago. And, you know, I can be creative.
Yeah, I actually bought a giant ass bulk pack of toilet paper last time I shopped before this all happened. And I'm really thankful I did because I was running way low before I did that.
Yeah. Well, I kind of figure, you know, worst case scenario, like 2 of my 3 toilets are right next to a shower. So,
yeah.
Pro tip to any of you who are panicking about toilet paper and think you need to buy 75 rolls, do you have a shower? If the answer is yes, at least leave a little bit for other people, you know? Like, maybe only buy 50 rolls and just deal with it. Just saying.
Well, and then there was the New York Times article about the asshole that bought thousands of bottles of hand sanitizer and now can't sell them on Amazon because he got delisted.
Yep.
Because he drove around to all the dollar stores in the poor areas so he could resell them to the rich people.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, he's been he's not allowed to sell on Facebook, Craigslist, Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah. Serves him right.
Ugh.
I mean, it's like so many of the things that are happening, like, you know, like we're not going to allow this person to take advantage of this. Oh, you know, we're going to provide the testing for, we're canceling things and keeping people, like, you know, oh, we're going to let people work remotely. Like, how many of us have been saying, myself specifically, I know I've been saying this, but like all of this stuff is stuff that we should have been doing anyway, you know, like it's just the fact that now that we're scared, suddenly it's no problem to implement things that make our lives better. But before, it was a big problem. Like, I mean, you know, have you noticed, like, has your world caught on fire and burnt to the ground because, you know, now, like, some of your healthcare is free? You know, are you suddenly destitute and out on the street because they're letting your utility bill go for another month without you having to pay it right now to get disconnected? Like, is clemency ruining our society? No. Being a decent human being is working. Imagine if we did that like often. We should we need like a jingle for my like socio-political rants that I go on in every f***ing episode. I swear to God.
I'll get on to writing that. I have some free time.
Yeah, we'll go on a cruise together.
Perfect. Actually, we can't. We can't. Royal Caribbean like shut down all of their cruises for the next month.
Did I tell you? I had to go to the tax office yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
This was yesterday, and the guy in front of me, he's like going through. You know, he's. You know, they just say this is, you know, just like a bad cold, and I figure everybody's going to get it. So me and my wife, we got some really cheap tickets to go on a cruise, so we're doing that. We're leaving for that on Monday.
No, you're not.
I'm just looking at this guy. I'm like, you are the stupidest person I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Please
that
go
guy-
on your cruise and never come back. That would help us all. I don't care how you accomplish that, but just don't come back, you know?
The problem is that guy is going to be responsible for another 20 people dying. You know?
Yep.
That's the problem. Is the way this is. It's not that he's hurting himself. It's that he's hurting lots of other people. That's what upsets me.
Well, let's get on to some Picard.
Yeah, let's do that. This
will be very uplifting and not depressing at all.
Well, you know, there is the chance that maybe you're sitting at home alone watching this by yourself in your room with nobody around where it's lonely. There's the reminder you needed. And, you know, and you're thinking these things, and maybe it makes you feel better to hear someone else agree with you.
Hey, I do have... Go ahead. Finish.
I was going to say, if you agree with us, send an email to highway47productions@gmail.com.
If you want to send me a crockpot recipe, I'd love to make some at harrypottercrockpotrecipes@gmail.com.
What better time to send a crockpot recipe than during this time when we're all cloistered?
And if you just need somebody to talk to and it's like 2 a.m., send an email to Scrodrick@gmail.com and I will reply to you, I promise.
we should create a form letter that's like, holy shit, you are the blank person to email us ever. Because nobody has ever sent an email to highway47productions@gmail.com. Just, you know, I'm just going to admit it now. Doing this 2 years. Haven't got a single email. The only emails that account gets are updates from YouTube. Like, here's how your channel did last month. You got 3 views. Yay.
Look at what you're missing on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, true. That's right. Because you guys own the Twitter, don't you?
Learn more about our updated terms of
I own
service.
Twitter.
All right. Learn more about our what?
Learn more about our updated terms of service.
Oh.
We're selling all your data.
That was the last email I got.
Oh.
Gotta love it. Anyway, we're watching Star Trek Picard, Season 1, Episode 8, titled Broken Pieces. Now, I have a very important question, Scrodrick.
Yes. Oh.
Sorry, Draco. I know the answer from you.
My soul is broken in lots of pieces, so I am the perfect person to answer this question for you.
Good. Well, that question is, have you watched Episodes 6 and 7 yet?
I have.
Okay, good. So you know what's going on.
Yeah. I just haven't listened to your commentary for it because it wasn't on YouTube until yesterday for Episode 6. So.
And 7 hasn't been released yet, right?
Yes, so I have no idea what you said.
Well, our consensus, and it's worth reprising a little bit for the viewer also. How's it going, Dracofunky? Was
We
6
love
and
you.
7, yeah, 6 and 7 were actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a departure from what we had before. I said in our previous section when we recorded for 7, I said that I prefer 6 to 7, even though I think 7 gave me like a little bit better of a feeling at the end of it. The problem with 7 was that it relied on Will Riker and Deanna Troi to create that.
Yeah, it's definitely the nostalgia train. Like, I was very happy to see those characters again, but then, and Dracofunk and I were discussing this before we started recording, like, and it's a writing choice, and I get it, the way they're going with the show, but, you know, I'm kind of like, oh, why couldn't Riker and Troy have, like, a happy retirement? They had to have some tragedy. You know, of course, normal people do, but
Yeah.
I'm so used to utopian Star Trek, you know, that it's like, oh.
Yeah, and it is being done well. That's the thing is it felt like next generation writing in a lot of ways, you know, like it was a fully fleshed out story behind this other character that we didn't meet, you know, Thaddeus. And that character weaves into the development of the Soji character in that episode very, very well. The parallels there are very reminiscent of the way they wrote Star Trek in the 80s and 90s. So I agree with you that it is a shame that happened. but I do appreciate how they used it, and how they showed the possibility of recovering from a horrible trauma and still being, a healthy person.
Yeah, no, it was a good episode. I liked that your reintroduction to Riker is an excuse to give him, shields up, blah, blah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. and
So-
you know what? Now that I think about it, it was the same camera angle they always used on Next Generation when he would say that. It was always that kind of sort of top down with him like kind of looking at the ceiling.
Now I want to go back and watch it.
Yeah. I also had the thought that, isn't that exactly the kind of homestead that Will Riker would build for himself?
Oh, absolutely.
You think about he's clearly, nostalgic about, living in Alaska in the wilderness and all that stuff throughout Next Generation.
Making pizza.
Yeah, cooking for himself. Yeah, cooking naturally in old world ways, with wood-fired ovens and things like that. That's very Will Riker.
Mm-hmm. And I, since we've watched this, we always say that IMDb ratings are fluid.
Mm-hmm.
When we first watched it, it was the highest rating one at 8.7.
Right.
When we recorded it, remember I said it went down to 8.6?
It did while we were recording.
It's now 8.5.
Really? Well, that's a good segue for you to tell us all about episode 8.
Episode 8, this aired 2 days ago from the time of our recording, which this won't come out the day we're recording it, but this came out March 12th, 2020.
What were you doing on Thursday? It's been 2 days, man. Come on. What were you doing?
I was at home being very sick. Not with the coronavirus, with the stomach virus.
Didn't we watch episode 6 that night? Or no, we watched it. Wow.
We
watched episode 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we recorded episode 7. I remember that. Because we picked the vomit party episode to watch while you had a stomach flu.
Yes. I will say
Scrodrick,
this.
Scrodrick, you're going to want to rewatch this with the recording just for that.
I will. I absolutely go back and watch these. So
Yeah, I had the day I've been puking is the day we watched an episode where they vomit 3 times on screen.
It was like a rainbow of vomit, like every consistency and color of
is
substance.
that blood? Oh no, Dutch chocolate or whatever. I forget what it was.
Red velvet.
There we go.
Yeah. And there was the neurotoxin that made her, froth at the mouth, and then somebody else puked. I don't remember.
Yeah, when that happened, I thought it was going to be the thing that dissolved the Romulan Senate and from Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, they're going to kill off that character too, and oh no. Okay.
I still think that's what the Jat Vaj guys were spitting when they died. They're spitting at people, I still think it was like some sort of Thaleron mist.
Thaleron candy.
Yeah.
So,
new Kellogg's
Trick or
Thaleros. Anyway.
So that being said, this has when we looked at this first, I told you it had an IMDb rating of IMDb rating of 7.8. It is now went up to 8.2.
Oh, nice.
At the time of our recording, it is 8.2. It might have changed, but this one has actually gone up. So
that's a good sign. And I want to make the point now, as far as I'm aware, and I read this a couple weeks ago, and because my brain doesn't retain information the way it did when I was younger than I am now, I'm not going to trust this, but I pretty clearly recall that this is supposed to be a 10-episode season. Am I right about that?
You are correct.
Okay, so 8 out of 10 episodes in, we should be ramping up, right?
Yeah.
Which in
I do know the next. And I hate after this episode 9 and 10 is a 2-parter, which
Why
infuriates me that they would do that after the first 5 episodes.
we're a 5-parter, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well,
But I think I'm hoping they stick to this because episode 6 was actually an episode.
and so is episode 7, really.
Yeah, and episode 7 was absolutely an episode. So I'm hoping episode 8 is also an episode. So episode 9 and 10 can feel like a 2-parter.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I have trouble.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Remember, I talked about this, how it took them like 24 episodes to figure out how to do the next generation. Out of the whole first 24, 25 episodes of Next Generation.
Yeah, you're right.
You got maybe 6. I would say you gotta have the pilot, even though the pilot was never really excited me. I like the Naked Now. I like 11001001. No Man Where No Man Has Gone Before.
Well, we could go back and revisit our season 1 retrospective podcast.
Yeah,
And I didn't write down the list or anything. What is this, like a project that we do long term and keep track of things on? I mean, no, wait. Actually, I did. It's in Google Drive. Hang on, I'll look it up. I remember now. Yeah. Right. Google Doc. Next Generation Choices. There it is.
Oh, good.
Okay, so my top 5 in order of number 5, The Battle. That's the one with the mind control orbs and the Stargazer. Number 4, 11001001. Number 3, Conspiracy, the one with the head explodey thing. Number 2, The Arsenal of Freedom. And number 1 was The Neutral Zone, which was the final episode of the season, episode 26 of season 1, or 25 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't write down your choices, apparently.
That's okay. I know my top one was Conspiracy.
Yeah.
My second one was The Neutral Zone. I'm pretty sure I had The Naked Now on there.
Right. Which would make sense.
But yeah. And I apparently didn't save my list. Woo!
Well, if you're interested in our full thoughts, go back and watch listen to really the podcast for our season 1 retrospective. It's an actual podcast. You don't need an episode. So if you don't have a way to stream these, then first of all, what the hell are you doing listening to this? But if you know, just go listen.
Let's go do the
Hey,
thing.
let's get the Star Trek Picard on the road.
Okay,
We're watching Scrodrick. We're watching this on CBS All Access.
We are. Oh yeah, we are.
We totally are. Thank you again to our anonymous benefactor who has made this possible through his charity.
Yeah, especially since I always drop the ball and I'm not there for every one of them. So thank you very much for providing me access. Also, so what you're gonna do, let me start that over. So what you're gonna want to do is press play, get the episode started, hit pause. Rewind it to the beginning. We'll give you a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. When Shaggy B says go, or whatever he says in place of that, press play and you should be synced up with us. Now, they do have baked in ads just in case they do change a little bit. We'll kind of tell you when the episode starts. We're a little bad at it. We're better at it, though, because it's right at the beginning and we don't get ADHD'd away from it. But we'll try to let you know when the episode starts in case you watch it on DVD in the future.
Perfect.
Or whatever media form has surpassed DVD and Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, like Blu-ray.
I've been waiting because for 7 episodes, one or the other of you guys have said DVD, and I've just been like, I don't know, but okay, DVD, fine.
When you get your VHS copy.
Can I get this on Laserdisc?
I want it on beta.
Dude, I legitimately have a Selectavision player downstairs.
And we've watched Krull on it. We need to watch Krull again.
Totally. I don't have all of my movies. Some of them are in storage.
It's like we're watching Krull on Selectavision. If you don't have it, fuck you. Just listen.
That's right.
I have a question. Is Kroll on Hulu?
I don't know.
don't
That's
know.
probably a weird sidetrack to take, but let's take it.
No, it is not.
I was going to say 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I don't care if it's early. Fucking Kroll.
We can play Hulu Roulette first thing on recommend. No, let's not do that.
No.
I mean, you said there are B movies on YouTube. Maybe Kroll's on YouTube.
That's a good point. There are a lot of free movies on YouTube that require ads, but, Anyway.
It is available on YouTube for $4. It is available on Crackle for free.
On Crackle?
Which is a Sony thing.
Crackle?
Yes. CRACKLE.com.
Huh.
And I am watching it right now. It has ads.
Hey, put a link in the group chat, man.
Okay.
Well, we should start this.
Yes, we should, before we get sidetracked by Kroll and its majesty.
We've now been recording for what, 4 hours?
Yes.
All right.
We recorded, by now it should be out. Should be.
It'll be out as
bars. This is the...
Dude, I'll release that tomorrow, man.
we have
You're going to lock
recorded...
yourself in a hotel room with a bunch of blow and steroids.
And Vince McMahon.
Yeah, we recorded No Holds Bar.
Bard. Starring Hulk Hogan, by the way. Not starring...
There was a land of the no-holds. Oh, not that type of bard.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's do this. All right, fingers over your manipulative button tendrils lands.
All right.
And...
I am correct and ready.
My pants are off. My thingy's on the thingy.
I'm fully dressed, and my penis isn't involved.
Oh.
My finger's on the button.
Okay. All right. This is Star Trek Picard, Season 1, Episode 8, Broken Pieces. Forgot the title there for a second. And we are starting it together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smash! CBS All Access. Baked in ad. 5 seconds. 6, 7.
Go.
Episode starts.
Nope. Fall down, go boom.
PVT, TTPK. And he could have you, and you could have him. I wish I knew what you knew.
Yeah, we'll find out what the trippy mutilation dream is all about, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, he has his joystick to fly his ship,
Mm-hmm.
just like Riker did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, this isn't the theme song. I thought it was for a second because it's a similar color palette. It's a lot of stars.
There's more than that.
The grief world? The table?
Oh, good. This is the trippy mutilation thing.
Oh. Ah.
It's Armus.
Yeah. Well, that explains why one of them got driven mad. I love that even the monks have guns. Don't touch the electrified table. Oh, okay.
Whee!
The terrible secret of space.
Well.
Oh, God.
Well.
Wow.
Well.
Jesus.
I'm fine.
Wait, who are you? We could try killing them. Yeah?
And somehow got assimilated in the interim.
I'm guessing the implants are fake.
Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Ah. Ah, crap. No, they're gonna kill her because they have to kill people, and that's how this show works. You just murder everybody. It's not interesting unless it's sad. Tonga Long! Wow, somebody who can actually challenge him. That's a nice change.
Isn't he blind? Didn't they just blind him?
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Finally, a woman. Someone I can communicate with.
Theme song.
Yay.
Broken glass.
Yay.
Plants. Her.
It's in my eye. Oh,
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's
oh,
like
my
the
eye's
whole...
being pulled out grotesquely. Oh.
Grapevines.
What is this series' infatuation with eye injuries? I mean, really.
Board cubes. B12s.
Although I do enjoy this theme song a lot better than other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Glad you didn't say Enterprise because that was.
Because it's been a long road.
I mean, getting from there to here.
Which was on TV last night when I was flipping through channels because I actually have cable again.
Oh, wow. I might. I don't know. Because it only, like, you know, I have cable internet, but only one of the rooms in our place is, like, connected to it. And I don't have a TV in that room. So, you know. Yeah, I'm in a much bigger place than I used to live in, so I don't have my TV collection up to
Theme
snuff.
song.
Commercial break.
Commercial break.
I win.
We're back.
Chaos!
I lose. Oh, I lost.
Oh. Now he's tripping balls. Okay.
Never seen a Japanese girl before.
Damn it.
Don't touch her.
Hover hand.
I missed that.
What, they think she killed Bruce Maddox. So.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Picard.
Fair.
Hmm. That's a reference to Don Quixote.
Yeah.
Oh. About time that bitch listened.
Well, the writers for this.
How did she mistake that one for him? Because he's always disheveled.
The Jat Vash symbol, I'm sure. Maddening. Well, it was, but
I am fully functional.
Oh.
yeah. Now, this is the 7 that I remember. Just casually lies. Does what she needs to do.
So, if they move the cube, won't the Borg, like, possibly...
I mean, that sounds like an ally they could use right now.
And then they'll latch onto the outer hull,
Yeah, right.
make their way back in.
Yeah, that looks like regenerating, all right.
Commercial break.
Whee!
We're back.
Ooh.
Commander Riker eggs.
Yeah. All that real food ruined me forever.
Yeah, really. Or listen.
I would not know what that feels like.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
I hate this. It is revolting.
Yes.
Would you like more? Please.
What did she just say? I missed it.
He loved you.
Where's that?
Yeah, really.
The last guy said that.
That's the drugs wearing off.
Yeah.
Your replicator has been locked.
Yeah.
Personal space.
Yeah,
Got
really.
deleted.
Sorak and Existentialism. That's probably a really interesting book. Look at my booby collection. Is my phaser still in here? That's where the phaser is.
Tiny alien skull.
Who's that guy?
His captain that got splattered. Mm.
Ooh.
uh, uh. Yeah.
Become a mini queen.
Commercial break.
Whee!
Back. It's the weapons guy.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Hmm.
A critical error has occurred.
What?
Hmm? That's original series sounds.
Mm-hmm.
I met the devil once.
Hmm.
I arrested her.
Yeah, true. He did. That was much defecation. Yeah, I think I have that turntable. Like, I definitely have that needle.
Finally, a working replicator with alcohol.
Yeah. Okay, it's not the same turntable I have. You fell asleep with a lit cigar in your hand.
Gonna burn your ship down.
It's a future cigar that only burns when you suck on it.
At least it's not daddy. Heavy questions, huh? Prismatics would have said yes. Too hard. I mean,
Yeah.
It's something a murderer would say.
That was your gun.
Turn them on.
Al.
Mm-hmm. Too late.
Commercial break.
Woo!
We're back.
They left the two of them alone.
That didn't seem smart.
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah. The hell does that mean? You were a scientist.
Well, she said in a long time, and the institute did get gutted a long time ago. So, yeah.
Hmm.
They created the Kalons.
Yes. Hmm. How do you know, Jana? That's not what you're supposed to do with your fries.
Somebody might want to like watch her.
It's like, what's going on?
Nah, it's okay.
You've been activated.
His ship now.
That's right. Yeah.
Ah,
Naturally.
I supposed to see drones like attaching themselves to those ships. Well, that was awful.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Whoa. He served on the Reliant. Wow.
Not that reliant.
The Reliant A.
And a fleet of Romulan warbirds.
And the disused board cube. Well, they don't have that anymore. Really?
It works.
Whee!
And yep.
Damn it. Oops.
Nope.
Yeah, stop the
Stop
thing.
the previews so we don't get spoiled, because I didn't get them stopped quick enough on the last episode, and I saw that 7 of 9 showed up, and I was like, oh shit, now I know that 7 of 9 shows up to save the day.
Well, I know that 709 showed up because just like the poster image for episode 8 on like a bunch of things was like 7 of 9 with the weird eyes. And then like the queen is back. So like, well, fucking thanks. Now I know 7 of 9 comes back and she's a board queen for a little while.
I avoided that.
I avoided that too.
It was literally, I think I saw it like scrolling through YouTube, like trending videos. It was like a thumbnail for something, you know, like, and that was before episode 8 was even released.
I knew 7 was going to come back eventually.
Yeah, but, you know, I would have liked to have had a little bit of surprise as to when it happened, instead of be like, oh, she's going to be in the next episode and save the dude.
Right, exactly.
Because it shows it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, sorry we were a little silent on that one.
Enterprise.
That was a lot of exposition, so we wanted to pay attention during that.
Well, yeah, and that's been kind of true for all the episodes so far. Is that we've been engrossed. Yeah, well, not all of them, but the most recent couple have been actually decent. And right, and I'd go so far as to say that I think as a viewer of the show, if I were watching with this commentary, I would prefer it that way myself, because even with the talking we did do, there were times that there was stuff I didn't catch that I wish I'd caught.
I was like
now.
Can I say I was like 80% sure I wasn't going to puke during this episode?
That's really good. That's like higher than you started out on the last episode.
Yeah, I was going to say one of my favorite moments of us doing these recordings so far is the surprise dismemberment and us just flipping our shit.
Yeah,
because I was not prepared for that.
I send you that video of a reaction.
Yeah, you sent the audio clip of just what we did while they were ripping Icheb's eye out on screen.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think I was at work, so I missed it, but I will go back and look.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Yeah, you did. So.
Yeah, I actually used that clip. I used that clip to send to somebody when I was trying to describe how bad the first 3 episodes of this was. I was like, well, for an example, here's our reaction to one scene in episode 5.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Why? Yeah. But no, I am pleasantly surprised by these later episodes.
Yeah.
They've hooked me.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank goodness for our benefactor, though, because I'm still not paying for CBS All Access.
Right, yeah. Yeah, good on him. Yeah, I'm liking sort of the what's the word I'm looking for? Like kind of the associative effect that Picard is having on the people. Like we're starting to get this sense that just by being around Jean-Luc Picard, your best qualities start to come out more and you improve as a person. And I think that is a very nice way to express the character of Picard. And I think that's pretty true to Picard from Next Generation. He pushed people to be their best, and he inspired them to be their best. In much the same way that a good role model, and it's not like a fear of disappointment or anything like that. It's just that by being involved with this person, you are improved, and I like that we're seeing that out of Picard now. We're seeing the cumulative effect of that on all the characters. It brings me back to a place that I'm okay with.
And he expects your best. Otherwise, you're only there for one season, like Dr. Pulaski.
Right. Or Tashi. Oh.
Can I say that this was an episode?
This was an episode.
It certainly was.
And on that bombshell.
Well, it did end on a cliffhanger. It didn't end on a cliffhanger where, like, I'm about to fall out of my seat and I'm pissed about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I care what happens next, but I'm not
pissed.
That's the difference, actually, is that I care what happens next, not I feel like I'm being told to care what happens next. I've like the actual interest in what's going to happen has just been elicited by the fact that it's done well, as opposed to forcing the issue. Like, you have to watch more because it's Star Trek, which is kind of how the first 5 episodes felt.
And it's the only way you're going to find out, and hopefully there will be a payoff for this, but we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, this is quite an improvement. I am starting to notice the cheapness of the Borg sets. And I know there's a lot of CG and all that stuff, but just like they don't look great. They look bland and unfinished and badly lit. The parts of the Borg ship that we're seeing remind me a lot of the sets on Star Trek Nemesis, and that's a very bad thing. Nemesis had by far the worst set design and set execution and lighting of any Star Trek movie. With the exception of the scenes on the Enterprise E bridge, because that set didn't change. But the rest of Nemesis was terribly filmed and terribly designed. And the Borg ship is starting to bug me in that sense a little bit. The CG helps, but CG can't fix problems. You know, when you're shooting live action, it can't fix problems.
And I'm sure we'll see nothing more of that Borg ship.
Right. Right. You know what is a real big positive in this episode?
What's that?
No Narek.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they gave him the day off.
He has fulfilled his use and he is gone, I hope.
He was the one flying the ship.
He was what? He cut out.
Wasn't he the one flying the ship, telling them?
Yeah, but that was last episode. That wasn't an episode.
No, the end of this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Romulan ship that decloaked and followed him.
Yeah, but they didn't show that, did they? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was his ship. Is what I'm saying.
Well, it probably is.
Don't take this away from me, Draco. let me fucking have this one thing, please.
Okay. They didn't show his face.
He wasn't there.
It might be another Romulan then.
Yes.
That we haven't been introduced to yet.
Thank you. Thank you.
A smarter one. That's going to be the real enemy.
Yeah.
And
he's not trying to fuck his sister.
No, he's trying to fuck Commodore O.
I would take that.
And it's the secret Romulan third gender.
I would take that.
And is only vulnerable to strobe lights. There we go.
Yes, there we go. I appreciate that Agnes's character is growing. I appreciate that she's got some of her wonder and her positive human traits back. I'm confused about where she can go from here if they keep her around. And I kind of get the feeling that we're now at a point with her character where she should be removed from the plot, but that she's contracted for all 10 episodes, and so they have to stretch it till then.
She will get killed off or stay on the synth planet. That is what I'm predicting.
Maybe. I don't know.
She'll either stay there and be like, farewell, I'm going to stay with my people, or, they'll just blow it up and she'll die with them. I don't know.
Yeah. Hard to say.
I don't know if they mentioned this, but they said if the synths come, that somebody else.
Yeah, there's a worse enemy comes to wipe out the synths if they emerge. Ooh. It's the Hirogen. That's what they were created for.
Or the Doomsday device.
Ooh. Could we get some sort of weird TOS type, big bad? V'ger 2 is, gonna show up.
Well, I mean, the Borg are a pretty reasonable tie-in, and we've been seeing a lot of them. Species 8472, maybe? That might be a thought. Or it could be something new and original and pretty cool in its own way. Like, Yes.
Something big and invulnerable.
They'll have to get one of Leonard Nimoy's kids to do the wub 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 sound. You do know that the sound of that probe is Leonard Nimoy's voice?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the story goes, and this is from the Star Trek 3 bonus features on the special edition DVD or whatever, the special version. They were talking to the sound designer for the movie, and he kept coming with these sound effects for the probe, and Nimoy kept rejecting them. And finally, he just goes and he's like, "What do you want this thing to sound like?" And Nimoy's like, "Well, sort of a wub 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 wub." And the guy's like, "Okay, come into the studio." And he set up a microphone in front of Nimoy and had Nimoy do that for as long as he could, and then he filtered it through a bunch of stuff, and then that's the actual sound effect that's in the movie.
What was that sound effect again?
It was like wub 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 wub.
No, we need more of it. No.
A little bit more.
Keep it going. No.
All right. Okay, I will do this for as long as I can before I run out of breath, but you got to promise me that you are going to process the fuck out of this.
Okay.
All right. Take a few breaths here.
I'm going to mute my mic.
All right. Wop, 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 wop. All right. That was about, I don't think that was quite 30 seconds, but it was close to it. It's like 25.
To find the full version of that, stay tuned. It's going to put it at the end.
The end of this episode is just that slowly fading out.
All right.
Yeah, let's call it a night. Nah, I'm good. Well, we hope you all enjoyed this episode of Star Trek Picard with us. We enjoyed it. Actually, we really did this time. We're not making it up for once. So join us again next week for Star Trek Episode 9, Picard 1X Episode 9 of the Picard show that we watched. It's been 5 hours. We're recording now. We'll just see you when we get there. And good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.